Hey everybody, Frankie Carey.
Hey, welcome back.
It's getting close to fall, so Carrie put up her garland.
I had to put a pretty.
So we're a DIY couple that's fixing up an old abandoned mansion, trying to make it pretty, like Carrie Lou.
Oh, thanks, baby.
So that's what we're doing here. This is our normal Sunday Eastern time 8:30 video.
Yeah, and we appreciate you all watching.
We are still digging the trench.
Oh, the trench. But we do actually do a few other projects with the mini excavator while we have her. So that's kind of cool.
Oh, we do something different.
We do a little something different, so.
Oh, good. And the Mooreland House is on a fairly decently traveled road. So
yes, it is. Yes, it is.
You can't tell. But thanks for stopping by.
Thanks for watching.
Well, good morning, everybody. We're back at it this morning, working with the not the trencher, but the mini excavator. We were able to meet up all the way down there by the water tap, and we got the tinch drug. We got the trench dug, but we went back up here, and Frank is going back over the spot that we had done with the jackhammer and all of that, trying to get out some of those big rocks up there just to have them out of the way. The trencher did a good job, but not for our purposes. Yeah, we tore up the yard, but we'll fix it. We got some massive rocks out. I think this is our biggest one. The trench one, there's some more right there, but we were going by it. The trench is definitely big enough, deep enough. You can still see limestone sitting in there, but we don't have to take it out. But and we'll get all this stuff moved eventually. We only have it for another 8 hours of run time, and so we're gonna finish cleaning up this trench today. We're going to try to dig the trench going from the split point up by the house, so we have the trench dug for Miss Mooreland and for the tenant house. We did trench to the tenant house, but it also has limestone. Shocking. So let's go. I'll show you that trench. All right, this is the meet point for the water line, or the split point. There's Frank down there, Miss Mooreland, and the tenant house. You can see that they trenched it. All right, this is where the water main for Miss Mooreland will come in. The original water line went in through the basement right underneath the kitchen porch, and I believe that's probably where we'll stick it again. I'm not real positive where Frank is going to put it, but that makes sense to just take it back there. When they used the trencher to get this one done, obviously there's a rock there. You can tell where they ran into rock because when it went smoothly, the dirt looks all pretty. When they hit a rock, it looks like that. So there's a rock there, rock here, and obviously we ran into rock down here. Actually, they're not running just into rock, they're running into some of the old clay pipe and trying to get that, clean that out of there. But so we're gonna bring that back here and clean this up, but this is where the water line is gonna go. They had a water spigot out here beside the tenant house once before. In the process of doing that, our poor little mini backhoe, it just couldn't handle it. One of the outriggers just completely broke. So we needed that, and you'll notice one of the controls is missing, and they had to weld it for like the 5th time. and that broke. Then on top of all that fun stuff, the hitch, we were going to move it, and the hitch came off. The bolts just broke. I mean, just broke and bent. So it was not a good day for our mini backhoe, towable backhoe I should say. It just had a very rough day, but we're asking it to do a lot when it comes to this. So that's another reason why we rented the mini excavator, and we have lots of projects for it, but I don't know if we're going to get it all done. So that's the update of what we're up to. We're very excited about getting water here. It'll make things much easier for mixing and just water. Everybody likes water. This is not a project for the timid, I must say. And it was a little discouraging using the trencher just because we hit so much rock. We had no idea what we were running into, but that's okay. Of course, we have to come back in. This got all filled back in from digging out rock and jackhammering and whatever, but Frank's coming along the trench and he'll get it. But I mean, we tried jackhammering and we just couldn't get it. It just wouldn't come out. I mean, you can see that. I mean, so that's why he's coming along and getting the rest of that rock out, so it will make our lives easier. So
baby, oh, baby. I'm pretty sure that's 2 feet. And make sure that anyway, that's what I've been doing for 2 days now.
yeah. Well, we got the trench this far totally dug. Yeah, we made a mess. He now has that, like I said before, right here by where the water main used to go in, and we'll see how it does. We might have to dig down underneath by hand, of course, but at least the main part's done. We have this part left to go. I've been going through the bottom down there where it was really rocky. I've been going down and making sure that we didn't miss a lot of places. There are a couple places that we're going to have to chip it out, but that's okay. It'll be all right. We're getting ready to do this last trench. This one we shouldn't have to come back and do anything to. That's a magnolia roots. Look how dark that dirt is compared to what was out in the yard. Rocks. You can see the old water line right there. Number one, that's not deep enough. That's one reason why they had so many broken pipes. Well, at least we know we're in the right direction because that's the original water pipe that came in. So there goes part of it. Just cleaning out the very last bit of rock and dirt out of the trench. Here's that small little rock that he got out. I mean, my little foot and this great big rock, which we had to get out because it went right through it. So we are not the only ones that have to deal with rock. We're trying to make a driveway. Just a little bit of rock in there. You can see the layers of it right over here. And back there, you can see the layers of dirt. Now he's dealing with old pipe. Water pipe, sewage pipe, but we have no idea where those go. You can see remnants of it there. Watch out for roots, they cause you to trip. Frank's just about got it. We're trying to clean up on the side. Now, a lot of the dirt that you see is old mortar and sand and stuff out of the house, but the trash, no. Alright, while we have this big beautiful thing back here, we're going to try to use it to knock down some of the trees and stuff that are in front of the tenant house. I mean, half of them are dead. And it's poison ivy galore back there, which Frank and I are both allergic to it. So what's the key phrase? Work smarter, not harder. So that's what we're doing. here look exactly like the ones that were in front of Miss Moreland when we bought her. They're horrible. Always glad to see those go. Now, there was a stone squares here, and we'll probably put those back. I don't know if those were cement or limestone, but we have plenty of limestone to fix that. Again, someone throwing trash outside, but what I'm excited about is how pretty the front of the tenant house is. Yes, it's old, and yes, it needs repair, but you can actually see it, and that's exciting. And get that stuff away from the camper as well. We do have to be careful in this area. That yellow extension cord that's laying on the ground, that is where our power comes from. So we kind of have to be a little careful when we go to pull this stuff out. Just trying to use the mini excavator to get some of the stuff that is really hard on the tractor, and save the use of the tractor. No, we're not necessarily wanting to dig up the tree, but because of the limestone underneath, most of the roots are really close to the surface. So, but those flagstones don't need to, we're gonna redo anyway, so. Okay, we're tearing up all the flagstone. We started a little while ago before we started doing the trench, but since we have the excavator, we're gonna go ahead and do it again. But this way we can redo it and do it later after we get, because running across them, we're just breaking them. Bertha's been on them. So we'll redo it later, much later, but saving them so that Bertha doesn't break any more of them, and we can run all the stuff through these two trees without breaking them. That's the plan anyway. Taking advantage of the mini excavator to clean up around this dead tree, since we have a little bit of time left on it. Not yet. It's worth a try though. What you girls doing? What are you girls doing? Hmm? Are you gonna get her? No. Well, that was the fastest unzooming I've ever seen. She's still down there.